Hey friends, I'm back for another Chaos Corner. Today I don't have a lot of energy and I just want to tell everybody who is watching and who may just be wondering what do I do on those hard days? Or for yourself, what do you do on those hard days when you don't want to go to work or do anything that leads you to your happy? You suck it up and you do it anyway, okay? I want y'all to know I got my notepad today. That's how much energy I don't have. Sometimes the chaos corner will have a little too much calm, which is why on good chaos days, it's amazing. So I just want to welcome everybody back. And I want to say thank you guys for listening to me, Constance Monet. And let's just get started. Don't worry, I'm going to pull it. I'm going to try to pull it through today for y'all. I'm going to try to pull it together, okay? So in general, one of the big conversations that me and my friend group, male and female, have is about, showing love and the context of love, right? To me and me and my friend group, we kind of agree. Love is an action word, which means love is continuum of showing actions towards a person and receiving actions back. Of the things that you kind of need from another person. And I got in a mix of words. Let's say mix of words. We weren't arguing. We weren't debating or anything. It's just like a conversational gumbo. Talking about how we show love to others and the expectation of showing love, right? So we think, in context, I say we, as in the general public. General people think if I do something for you and it's my love language, you should understand it. You should accept it and you should know, oh my goodness, I did this for you. When most of the time that's not the case. It's just not the case because everyone doesn't need the same things and all people don't need want, or receive things the same. Okay. And I was thinking about this because my nephew, he's the sweetest, most precious thing, right? To me, especially to me. But he loves playing the game. So does my son. They love to play the game, but so did my brother, okay, when we were younger. It's something that cognitively for them, I think it makes them tick a little. And so he loves to do it. I probably don't really care to watch people play games or play, period. But for him, I'm on there. I'm watching all 15 hours, him and his crazy friends doing whatever it is they're doing. I make sure that my kids are watching and get to see their big cousin doing this thing that he loves, right? And for me, it makes me feel wonderful to support him, to show him love the way that he needs. This is his thing that he likes and he really wants to do. And so in any way I can, I'm going to show up to support him. Now, for him, how he receives that, from what he said to me, is that's what he needs. That's what he needs. Do I care to do it? Do I sit on Twitch and watch anything else? Absolutely not. But for him, I don't care how long it is. I think I sat on there one time for 9 hours. Yes. Just watching him enjoy being himself. Now for me, in context, right? Could people consider that an inconvenience? Absolutely, right? Your time is happening. You're not functionally doing something that you like, maybe, but that's how love looks sometimes. Love and sense don't go together. So things don't have to make sense and come together for it to be showing love to someone else. Okay. And for him, that's the thing he loves. So that's how I show him additional love, especially at the teenage years where it's not just, oh, TT, you're wonderful for just being here. You're wonderful for just giving me hugs and things like that. Once you hit the teenage years, you're trying to figure out yourself and you need people to invest in the things that you want to invest in. And in talking to some of my guy friends, just in general, they always ask me, you do so much, you go so far. Well, to me, I'm not doing anything extra, actually. I'm just doing what he needs for me to do because I love him already. So if this is how he feels love from me, simplest thing I've ever done. Now, does it take up time? Yes. Is it, dramatic to move things from here to there? Yes. But to me, that's showing the action of love. So I'm going to do that irregardless. I'm going to cook dinner. I'm going to homeschool my kids. I'm going to read books. I'm going to do everything. But I'm also going to have this camera up, making sure he has the follows, making sure he's getting engagement, making sure that even if he doesn't want to see me post something, I'm going to be like, it was me. Do. Whatever it is, whatever it takes, right? And that's just like one example for me. But in all of my relationships, I don't care if it's dating, I don't care if it's with the family, I don't care if it's with my friends. Sometimes what other people need from you has nothing to do with your convenience. And sometimes the things you do out of your convenience to show your love has nothing to do with their needs. And I think, altogether, everyone should get a little more conscious of the fact that just because you feel like it's showing love doesn't mean that other person feels like it's showing love, right? We do things based on what we need and how we receive love. And then we expect someone on the outside of us who lives this world differently, has a different experience all the time, to be like, oh, they love me. No, that's not how it works at all, right? It's just not how it goes. Like, people are going to need what they need. And if they communicate with you, like my nephew has with me, then you have a choice to make at that point on if you're going to give them what they need and figure out how to make it work, or if you're going to just deny them of that love that they need and that they want to experience and with you. Because usually when humans directly communicate that they want to be loved a certain way, that's it. You can't substitute that. You can't bypass it, nor can you create whatever you want and substitute it for love. So if your love language is money, and my love language personally, I think mine is more paying attention to me. I don't know if they consider that acts of service. I don't really know. Because every time I take the test, I get the little circle, because I think I don't answer enough questions, right? But say your love language is money. Mine's is not. So your money doesn't do anything for me because it's not my money, okay? My money makes me just as happy. But if I don't work for my money, I've learned that it's okay. Like they say, all money ain't good money, so it's okay. But so if you spend money on me, if you buy me things and do all of this, it makes me uncomfortable. Completely cringy. You saw my face, cringy, okay? And when you throw money at me to fix a problem, you're not going to get a good result from it. I'm going to say, no, thank you. I'm going to deny it. I'm going to say, hey, no, thank you. I don't want that. This is not for me. Maybe you should try it with someone else, right? I don't care how offended you're going to get. That is not making me comfortable. So it doesn't matter that this thing is what you wanted to do. It doesn't make me comfortable. It doesn't fulfill my need. Even if I have a money issue, your money isn't going to fulfill my need. You can't fix it with that. What I need most of the time is for someone to hear what I'm saying to them about what's happening so that I can use my mind and work through the problem. And then if it is money and I ask you to borrow some money, at that point, then you can add that on. But if you come to me and say, oh, well, I got the money for that and da-da-da-da-da, and there's no reason to worry, you've just shut down every single thing and every opportunity with me because money doesn't fix it for me. The idea of having someone hear me, listen to me, and want to listen to me, let's be clear, want to understand me is way more important to me than you coming in to throw your money at me. right? So you see, like, it doesn't matter, even if it's a money situation, it could still go wrong because that's not my thing. So if you're like, and vice versa, if I know that your love language is money, then I'll take you out. Why? Because that's your love language. I'm not going to do something that helps me only feel great, even though that's not my love language, but you like money, right? So doing these type of things with money, buying cute little things, sharing it with you, that, okay, I can do that. Why? Because my concern is your need. In this relationship, it is your need, and if you are meeting my needs. Now, I have spent about 29 years not fulfilling my needs as well as someone else's. And what I learned in that time is that I no longer have relationships with these people because I gave them everything they needed and everything they actually wanted as well. And those same people looked back at me and told me, well, I didn't ask you for that. I never asked you to do that. I never asked you to stop your life. I never asked you to help me. I've never asked you to buy that for me. Even though I know that this is what happens in the relationship, because I didn't check in with them and ask them, like, hey, do you need this or do you want this? That lack of communication created unhealthy relationships that then I became responsible for. And they went down the drain. They just went right down the drain because it was impossible for me to continue to maintain that. It's like, for all those years, I was just being a chameleon. I was fulfilling other people's wants and needs and paying attention to them and doing all these things. And then when I realized, hey, this doesn't get me anything, I don't get anything from this relationship except responsibility. And then if I bring it up, it's like, oh, well, that's your fault that you did this. And I can't believe that now you want me to pay. But all I'm saying is, hey, I can't continue this. And when you take away someone's kind of basis for you, I can't pull a better word right now, but that when you pull that away, the consistent thing you've been doing and you change it, now the other party is mad at you. They're always mad at you. And being a chameleon is not, to me, is not having a personality, right? It's showing, giving, having, and doing at all times, sacrificing yourself, selflessness at all times, but you don't learn who you are. You don't, that's why I don't know my love language, right? I know that this one thing, one way, if you're paying attention to me, you will see what it is you need to see. But can I tell you? No, because it took me 30 years to stop being selfless. And in your selfish space, that's when you learn what you like. It took me 30 years to understand that there were foods I never liked. I ate them because as a child I had to, or I was going to be hungry. I ate them because it was the social norm of things to eat. I used to clean chitlins. I've tried them plenty of times. It's not for me. But I didn't get to stop cleaning chitlins just because it wasn't for me. You see, like, I don't now as an adult, I'm not touching it. I don't want to be bothered. Do I know? Yeah, I know, but I know why I don't want to. I'm not going to eat that. It's the same thing, like, I hunt for sport. And when I say that, I don't kill animals. I don't eat meat. So why would I kill animals? It's irrational to me to kill them for no reason except for to survive, right? But do I go with my godfather or, a friend of mine or something like that to go out if they want to hunt and catch deer? Yes, I know how to shoot. I love it. I love being out in the world and in the wilderness and things like that and going camping and all of that stuff. So I love to do it, but I don't do it without purpose. And I realize, hey, I do love this thing. As an adult, I realize this. I do love this thing, but so this is my drawback. This one thing is my drawback. So I'm not going to kill an animal unless we're skinning it and we're using the fur for this. And you're going to make me something with the fur. Okay, got it. You guys are going to cut the meat up and eat it. I'll smoke it. We can do whatever. We can clean it. Hey, The purpose has to be there for me to do it. But do I know my friends love it? Absolutely. So will I go? Yes, because I do still get something out of it and they get something from me. And to me, that is us, giving our love. They know I don't want to kill an animal. They know I'm good at it, but they know I don't want to do it, right? So then they make little things for me as well. So during our camping trips, while we're hunting, they'll make sure that we go fishing. They'll make sure that we could crab. They'll make sure that there's time for us just to relax and just have conversation because they know that's something that I need. And I know going and having this camaraderie of hunting is something that they need, right? And so like I just have realized that if you're a person who lives this life in chameleon view, lives this life as seen but not heard, being in a space and not even being seen, not knowing who, what, when, where, and how you like things, you should stop, right? You should just let that go because it only leaves you alone and it makes people turn to you and literally call you the villain. Because they're like, oh, well, you like this thing all this time. No, I didn't. I was just trained to like this thing and I do it because you like it. And I never asked for anything because I'm so concerned that I'm not going to get what I like anyway, because that's what the training has been forever in my life. That if I ask you now, I still won't get it and then we won't even be friends. That's what you get from being a chameleon, right? And that's not love. It's not even adding love. It's really you being a maid for another person, right? And the words that me and one of my good friends, we were talking about specifically is like when someone does decide to give you the thing that you need after years and years of you not getting it, how we react, right? We have no idea what to do with this and this person because we don't trust that you are being authentic in what you're doing because you've never done it for us before. And we don't even know if we like it. We don't even know if we actually want you to do this thing. We just know that it's the accepted thing to do, right? And I was just like, in one of my relationships, having a conversation won't fix it because the person wants to sweep things under the rug because they don't want to have a disagreement with me, right? And I was thinking the other day, like, I don't know if I can maintain that relationship anymore because I don't feel the love anymore. It's not a reciprocal and a circular relationship. It's, you're kind of bending to my will, but at the same time, not having the real conversation. So there's no reason to have conversation to me. I told you, chaos, okay? Chaos first. And when you do that, most of the time, you don't get any type of action or reaction from a person, nor are you able to move forward. And for me, I don't carry relationships that I can't move forward. If we can't move forward from where we're standing right now, then we need to go our separate ways. Yeah. And I've learned that because I know now that I no longer want to just be a chameleon in the background. If our relationships aren't circular, I don't want it. I don't want to just give. I don't want to be the one to snatch all the words out of you. I don't want to be the one to make you talk. I don't want to have to bring up every subject so then that people can turn around and say, hey, you're the villain. You always want to be combative. No, I just want to have the real conversation. Because in my world, in my friend group, in my relationships with family, the ones I have, we have the hard conversations. That's why we're locked in. Because we will have the hard conversations. We can agree to disagree and move on. We don't have to like, oh, kumbaya, it's perfect. We understand everything. No, sometimes we don't understand everything that the other person's saying. And we can stop and say, hey, I'm getting to a point where I don't understand where this conversation is going. Let's take a break. Let's come back. Okay? Let's just take a break and let's come back. My little humans wanted my attention right at that moment. So I know I'm not going to get back on track, but it's okay, guys. That's a part of the chaos. My little humans just bum rushing me in the middle of any conversation. But I know I was talking about not chameleon. Do not become a chameleon, because it really affects your personality. And kind of what I was going through, of course, in understanding this cycle that I've been in with it, and how me and my relationships and my family are. There we go. That's where we were at. Just have the hard conversation. Because if someone is sad, let them go cry. Oh well. Someone gets upset, let them be mad. Oh well, because it's not going to change the hard conversation. And if you don't have it, then the rug is taller than the people in the house, because there's so much nasty, filth, dirt, resolved issues that's sitting under there. And as soon as someone trips and breaks their face on it, then everybody has to deal with it at that time. But now everybody's feelings are hurt and everyone's upset, and all of the energies here, and here, and nobody wants to listen. So nothing's resolved. Somebody just hurt themselves, and now we have something new to sweep under, right? Like, I think that as humans, we need to learn that the hard conversations early will make for peaceful relationships later. Because peaceful doesn't mean perfect, nor does it mean without confrontation. Confrontation is what grows us. And confrontation, not an aspect of fighting or just arguing, but change comes with confrontation. You have the hardest moments of your life before you get to change. That's confrontational. It doesn't feel good. You don't want to hear everything. You don't want to talk about everything. And yet, once you do, it's so simple. It couldn't have been easy every single time, you know? So let me check my notes to make sure I stayed all the way on track. Yep. Yeah. One quick last thing. If the only reason you're doing something for someone is for self-gratification, stop. Because you're only doing it for yourself. You're not actually doing it for that other person. And you didn't tell that other person, that you wanted accolades for the thing that you're doing for them, or that you're trying to pay them back for the things they've done for you, or anything, any of that. What you're doing is creating a lie, being upset because someone doesn't understand what your lie is and what you need from that lie, and making everything bad. It's always going to crumble, because if I don't know your intention, then how could I know what you need for your intention? If your intention is to pay me back, then say that, hey, I'm doing this to pay you back. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for that. And we can move on, because that's what comes with doing something to pay me back. Thank you now for returning the favor. But if you do something for me and in your mind it's to pay me back, but you don't say that to me, and I say, oh, that's nice, and now you're mad, me personally, I don't give a damn. But in context, it could start a big argument. It could start something really big. It could create a very hostile and volatile environment very quickly. Very quickly. Because it's like, you don't understand what I need. Well, I can't understand if you didn't communicate it with me. And how would I know why you did something? I'm not you. I don't live in your shoes. I don't walk your life path. I don't think like you. All I know is you gave me something. I think it's okay. So thank you. It's okay. Oh, that's nice. That's it. Don't make people guess at what you need. And also, don't make your needs anyone else's responsibility. Just don't. Your needs are yours. And take care of what you can. And if other people are willing to add something to you by giving you and showing up for you in the way that you need, acknowledge those people. Because I've gone a long time where that wasn't the case. and there was no, excuse me, and there was any acknowledgement, but those people didn't know that I was doing all of this for me. They assumed I needed accolades. I knew I was making every decision I ever made for myself. Only me. That's it. You can't pay me back, because I wasn't doing it for you paying me back. I was doing it because it was the best thing in my heart. It's what I needed to do to make sure I was giving you love in the best way I knew how. Okay? And my gem of the day, let's use our critical thinking skills. Let's not be dramatic. Let's use our brains first, create a plan second, and execute. Okay? Tomorrow, I swear I'm gonna try to be up, and have more energy, but I promised myself this year I was going to stick to the promises that I make to myself, and this is one. So thank you guys for FaceTiming with me again today. Thank you guys for showing up at the Chaos Corner. You know, my co-host, Little Baby Penguin, he's holding my tissues because it's been a little weepy today. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you later.